Welcome to April. I missed last week. The friend was in town who wanted to throw like a little get together, like last minute, 30 minutes before people were supposed to show up. They were like, yeah, I'm not making it. Love that for me. So we're gonna start off with the reviews of the games we talked about last week. Month? Bayonetta is the first game on the list. Bayonetta was gonna do good no matter what. And I don't wanna say Nintendo just pushes out generic games because this looks very unique, but it was just gonna be good no matter what. It got an 8 on Metacritic, an 8.3 user score. The art style of the game is really what drew me to want to play it. This game is a steaming pile of garbage. The greedy developers are charging ridiculous price of $60 for a mobile game. What does that even mean? What makes it a mobile game? Not even EA would be this greedy to sell me an indie quality game for just $60? 0 out of 13 users found this helpful. The developers were too lazy and greedy to give me actual cutscenes, so they use a virtual book for cutscenes with very little animation. That's an art style. There's no multiplayer? Why would there be? No, I'm not even. Nope, I got so heated last month over Theaterism. I'm not gonna take the bait. Bayonetta has always had book cutscenes. This is so fucking funny. It's like when you order a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich and someone complains, like put a negative review, like I ordered a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich and I got a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich and I don't even like bacon. Instead offers Okami Light experience. Did nobody watch the trailers? They just go, oh Bayonetta, let me go play Sexy Witch Time. GameSpot. They give it a 9 and combat difficulty spikes. I wonder if there's a difficulty setting because this does seem like it's meant for a younger audience. I said this last month where a younger audience is gonna buy it and then try to get into Bayonetta. It's just gonna be an awkward experience for the whole family. We have IGN, so they gave it a 9. I wish I could see the negative. I like to see like why they gave it a 9. Nintendo Life, they say, I think this one gave it a lower review, a 7 out of 10. A 7 is kind of wild to me, but whatever. That's your opinion, I guess. And then we have Game Informer. This is actually lower than I expected though. I was expecting it to be like a 9 point something. Give me the details. I don't want to read your whole review. So it averages out to about an 8.5, which isn't bad. Resident Evil did great. We already know why the user score is 6.7, but the actual critic score is a 93. The microtransaction thing? What did they do for microtransactions? On upgrade tickets for weapons. Well, can't you get those in the game naturally? If Capcom added that in the beginning, reviewers would be more upset and give it a lower rating. Drags the old game into modern age. Well, it's a remake. I don't trust the people that are like, oh, it's not like the original, I hate it. People don't like her. They said that she did a bad job and are harassing her on social media. Remember that one Star Wars actress? I think what happened was she did fine in her role, but they didn't like her character, so they were harassing her on social media and stuff. This feels like that. It happens a lot. It's really upsetting and people review bombed it. Have you ever done that where you've made a piece of, I don't know, art or media or whatever and you release it into the world and you're like, if I could do this again, I would change like these 3 things, but it's already out there so I can't. It's the same thing with game developers. There's some minor things that like, oh, I wanted to see the story fleshed out a little bit more, so we're going to keep this character alive for a little bit longer, or you know, something like that. There needs to be a pros, a cons, and like a notes section where you can write, oh, Ashley is harder to protect than in the original, but it doesn't really affect my rating. That con though, does that feel valid? Do you guys have a negative thing to say? We all hate escort missions. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 is basically like a long escort mission. Subsheepers had an awful time protecting her. That would be me because I forget that there's someone I'm supposed to protect. I'm the kind of person that would shoot just a little to the left so I don't hit her and she's just like, oop. IGN, they gave it a... Wow, this is a really long review, a 10! Overall, Resident Evil is about an 8.5. I did add the Metacritic 6.7 when I did the average, and I was like, we could probably average it out to 9. Let's talk about the game that we're all here to talk about though. Forget Bayonetta, forget Resident Evil, crime boss Rockay City. This game was fucking garbage, as expected. This person gave it a 10. people who don't know any better, who haven't seen this before, because anytime you see like an actor or like a music artist in games, there are very rare occasions where that game is actually good. So we all saw the signs, but there's a whole new generation of gamers or non-chronically online gamers that don't know the signs. Chuck Norris, Vanilla Ice, Donald Glover, like there are so many people in this game. Very boring after 5 minutes of playing, tons of bugs and repetitive gameplay. Stealth doesn't work, a piece of garbage. Vanilla Ice is in it, 10 out of 10. Nobody knows about this game, nobody knows what it is. Who even made it? In-Game Studios? I've heard that name before, maybe I haven't. Who the fuck is In-Game Studios? Who do you work for? Oh, they made the Mafia series. Kingdom Come Deliverance, Silent Hill Downpour. Wasn't that a really fucking bad game? I feel so bad for the devs working on this. They had to know they were working on straight garbage. Yeah, when they saw the set list of who was gonna be in it, they were like, oh, fuck. They haven't made anything in a very long time. That's why there's no other reviews on Metacritic by them, because these games were all like PS3 and prior. When was the last time a Mafia game came out? You know this game is garbage when Game Informer gave it a 3. I don't even want to look at why it was a 3, because it just was like, you can't. It's like trying to open a trash bag to figure out what trash smells bad, like what's already going bad. Like just throw the whole fucking trash bag away. Why would you even try to figure out what's bad? It's all bad at this point. IGN said it's bad. Screen Rant says it's bad. Okay, they didn't say it's bad. They said it's fairly good. A 2.5, that's still a half rating. 6 out of 10. That's surprising. If you average the reviews out, it's like a 4.5. It doesn't even hit a 5. It's fucking bad, dude. 50% off summer sale? Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, all of their names are like puns on their real names. What's Chuck Norris's name? Chief Norris? They didn't even try. I did put sales on here this time because there's actually some sales going on. Ni no Kuni 2, great fucking game, but you know what? They just added it to Game Pass. Okay, I love Ease. I talk about this a lot. It's a corny Tales game and I love it. It's so good. Though Monstrum Nox was not my absolute favorite of the series, it was still a lot of fun. I still platinumed it. Ease 8 was so good. Lacrimosa of Dana. Yes, 10 should be so great. I get the collectors. I show this every week. Hold on. Month. I really fucking love this series. I haven't opened it because I own it digitally. So I have the Origins, the Memories of Celestia. This was so good. Actually, this was one of my favorites. This collector's box is one of the best collector's boxes I've ever gotten. Oh, I don't want to open it. This is a fabric map. The fucking thick ass, like, this is a guide. This isn't an art book. This is a fucking game guide. Oh, don't break. Yeah, it's a cute little plastic compass. And then obviously, I mean, the game, like, whatever. This is the newest one. So this is the one I was just showing. I think this one was pretty good too. This box is really nice. And it's not like a hugely popular series, I want to say. So getting the collector's editions for these isn't rough, and you could probably get them after the game comes out. Oh, there's a little adult figure. I didn't even open it. This is actually a really nice art book. They have like this prequel book. I took the main character of the game off. There's 3 little keychains. This one's wanted posters. Here's the soundtrack. Anyway, yeah, Ease is good. Go get it. PlayStation Plus monthly games. I don't know anything about Meet Your Maker. That one though is a day 1 release. I guess it's not out yet, so you could play it the day it releases on PlayStation Plus. Game Pass. Ghostwire Tokyo. I think that's like a new game, period. Same thing with Minecraft Legends. Oh, and Coffee Talk episode 2. I think episode 1 is on Game Pass as well if you want to play it. I've wanted to play that game. It's like a little conversation, like a social sim experience. Visual novel. There we go. This one's already out. It's Pupperazzi. It came out on the 6th. I can't tell if this came out beforehand and then it just now released, but it's really cute. It looks like it's like a little game where you're a camera and you're just photographing, taking pictures of pups, just, you know, doing normal pup things. Like, look how cute it is. Oh my goodness. I might get it. I don't know. It's adorable. I don't have anything else to say on this. The next one we have is Horizon Burning Shores. This comes out on the 19th. I'm showing the Game Awards trailer because this is the only trailer that I've watched, and I don't want to watch any more because I don't want to know. It's too close. I'm excited for it, and I'm still theorizing on things that are going to happen, and I don't want anything confirmed or denied in the trailer. It is DLC to Forbidden West, but unlike Zero Dawn, you have to actually beat the game in order to play the DLC. It's PS5 only. The last game that's coming out this month. I don't care about this game, but I'm showing it because of how long ago it was showed. Dead Island 2? I thought this game came out 5 years ago. And I picked this trailer specifically because this was the 2014, I think, E3 trailer or something. Oh wait, I got the wrong trailer. This is the video I meant to play. This is the 2014 reveal video. So this is the video I feel like most of us remember. And this is why I thought the game was already out, because this trailer is like almost 10. Guys, 2014 was 9 years ago. This is coming out on the 21st. I actually have another game after this, I forgot. I didn't look at it. I know that Dead Island was very different for its time. It was in a time where everything that you wanted, you kind of had to make in a survival sense. But then after that, all of that shit blew up. Like everybody was doing that. Is it gonna follow the same original gameplay? I do hope that you see that guy in the game. And then the last one, I forgot that was here, which is probably everybody's like most anticipated game of the month, and that's Star Wars. I didn't play the first one because everybody's like, oh, it's Souls-like, and I'm like, I don't need a Souls game. I'm okay. I mean, I've heard great things about it. It's super anticipated, just not by me. So Pupperazzi was the 6th. Already came out. Burning Shores is the 19th. Dead Island is the 21st. Star Wars is the 28th. Do people still get excited about zombie games? The genre is so done. I was so done with zombie games in 2010. Not games, just zombie shit. It was when The Walking Dead started going on TV and everybody was in their zombie obsession, and I'm like, I'm done. Are you guys so obsessed with this? Is such a weird thing to be obsessed with. Whatever. I don't want to judge anyone for their preferences. I feel like Resident Evil's a little different though, because it's not your traditional zombies. I don't actually think of Resident Evil as a zombie game, even though I guess they are, but like I forgot that was what was in it. But because they're like always parasites, or there's something like deeper, like it's not a horde zombie game, you know? Maybe that's weird of me. That's it for the games for this month. Next month's a little bit more stacked, or at least with Zelda. We're gonna wrap this up with our stories. Wolf Among Us got pushed back. This was another part of the zombie Walking Dead bullshit. I didn't care about Telltale. I didn't care about The Walking Dead. Wolf Among Us is one of my favorite games. I played that game. I didn't put it down until I finished it. And then Telltale is like, oh, we're shutting down. I was like, fuck, no, give me the Wolf Among Us. There were so many Telltale, like Batman and fucking Borderlands. So I was pissed because I thought it got canceled, but then they were like, no, Wolf Among Us 2 is still happening. I get it. They want to do it right, but goddamn, it's been like 10 years. The Wolf Among Us came out before the Dead Island 2 trailer. Didn't Telltale go bankrupt? They did. No, I think they sold the company, but they're specifically just working on Wolf Among Us. Resurrected by LCG Entertainment. This was in 2019. So they bought them. I don't even know who they are. Who the fuck are they? The problem is they just kept releasing the same game over and over again with different skins. But the Wolf Among Us though, when this came out, I was just talking about the MMO, and this came out that day when I was like, I or someone else was looking up info about it. The actual League of Legends MMO producer is leaving Riot. This game hasn't been in production for quite a few years. I'm still gonna play it because I have friends that play WoW that won't play Final Fantasy, and I won't play WoW, so we agreed on the middle ground of the Riot MMO, which is gonna come out in like 15 years. I don't know if this is bad news or good news, because who knows? This dude could have been dragging the MMO down. Maybe they couldn't get a proper direction, or maybe it's bad news. Maybe they had a good direction and Riot stepped in and was like, you can't do that. Yeah, we'll all be retired and playing it at the same time. Hell yeah. Discord got PlayStation Voice. The Discord track has been so fucking weird because they announced their partnership with PS5, but then was like, just kidding, you can connect your account, but that's it. A few months later, they're like, Discord Voice on Xbox. And I'm like, bro, we really need it on PS5, please. There's a lot of cross-platform games. It's funny because when it came out too, it was like, tired of wearing earbuds while wearing headsets on it so you can talk to your friends and listen to the game. Like, yes, we've all done that playing on console, trying to talk in Discord. I played with someone once that used their PlayStation camera as their microphone. I'm like, bro, I'm never, ever playing with you again if you don't get a fucking headset. Your little earbud thing, fine. I don't care if the quality's bad. I'm not doing that ever again. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has been delayed. I was actually surprised. This is what I was gonna talk about. No, I don't want Twitter. God damn. This game was made to be like a games as a service. And in order to not make it one, they'd basically have to reboot it. They were making this like a microtransaction hell. The single player part was fine enough looking because Rocksteady. I thought the state of play reveal was fine. A lot of people weren't digging it. State of play was very fucking recent. This came out on the 9th. So like maybe a month after the state of play, if that. I wonder if it's even gonna come out this year at this point because they're gonna have to do a lot. And I don't think they're gonna do a reboot. Time is money, man. People are finally getting into superhero fatigue. I've had superhero fatigue for like 5 years. I'm so tired of it. The Twitch CEO is stepping down after 16 years. That's a long fucking time to be with a company. So I wonder if they're just retiring or want to do something new. I'm sure you guys heard about the top Twitch creators no longer getting 70-30% split. That sub decision, I think, was made by the person that is the new CEO. So people are a little apprehensive about them because they're going to make probably business decisions that might screw over creators. People are talking about the Kick revenue split, the 95-5, but in a lot of situations for, I want to say more lower tier streamers, you're not going to have as many subscribers. I mean, you could maybe because Kick is so new and people are trying to support the platform. So like they're spending more money and uplifting and promoting and giving gifted subs out. The revenue split is higher, but are you actually making that back because you're not getting the free Prime subs? So it's a lot to think about if you want to switch platforms. You could technically stream on Kick, even if you're partnered or affiliated with Twitch, as long as you're not streaming at the same time. We have a new Persona 5 game coming out, but like not really, maybe, we don't know yet. I don't know if there's more info on this, but there is a new Persona 5 spin-off starting on March 29th, which it already started then, but in China. I would play this if it was coming out here. Look at the the Velvet Room is underwater. That's so cute. I want this to come out here. I also don't want this to come out here because yeah, more Persona 5. Hell yeah. This looks really cool. It's a mobile game. It's gonna try to make me spend all of my time and money in it. And I'm not about that life. So if it comes out here, I'll try it out. I'll play for a bit, be super happy. If it doesn't come out here, more time for other games. Am I right? I'm gonna talk about something really sad for like 2 minutes, but I don't want to spend a lot of time on it because it's really sad. We're gonna talk 2 seconds about Lance Reddick. The first time I saw Lance was actually in the first John Wick. Every person that talks about him always has like fantastic stories. Anything that he was in, he made that 10 times better. The Resident Evil series was awful. Okay, but the one great thing in it was Lance Reddick. His Wesker was so fucking great. He could do anything. This show was garbage, but any scene that he was in was just 10 times better. And it's just sad because like players, you know, that play Destiny and stuff, that's a big part of their gameplay. Horizon's not gonna be the same without him. I don't know. I don't want to think about how they're going to handle that, replace him or anything, because you can't replace him. Okay, before I get sad, we're gonna move on. We're moving forward to Counter-Strike 2. CSGO's been around for a really long time. It's really cool to see something change in the CS scene. The smokes are like dynamic. So look, they'll actually fill up a room, and then if you shoot through them, you can actually see through the smoke. Different things actually react and interact with each other differently depending on what's around, what's in the environment. Oh, see, yeah, the hole. And then yeah, see, they did I think that was a flash grenade, and it like dispersed the smoke or something, or maybe it was a regular grenade. So it's gonna be super cool. I'm excited to see how it goes. I've played Counter-Strike exactly one time for a test server for a tournament, and that was it. But I've seen a lot of Counter-Strike. I've been around a lot of Counter-Strike. We held a Counter-Strike event at my house. I don't know who the first TO is gonna be to actually have a CS2 tournament, but I actually might watch it. No more $1 Game Pass. I always forgot this was a thing when I told people to get Game Pass, but when you first signed up for Game Pass, you could sign up for the $1 trial, and that's how they get you hooked. I did that, and then I haven't stopped. I pay for it every month. They add a lot of solid games. You buy it for the Xbox or for PC, it's $10, but if you buy it for both, it's $15. But I wonder if they're doing that because a lot of people, they either want like the Hi-Fi Rush. I'm sure a lot of people did the $1 Game Pass to get Hi-Fi Rush and then canceled it, and they're like, oh man, we got $1 million from people doing that. Like 1 million people wanted to play Hi-Fi Rush, but if we didn't have that $1 option, we would have gotten $10 million. Because 1 million people absolutely got Game Pass to play that game. Also, this is a good point. All of the video service have also gotten price hikes. So Multiverse's early access is closing in June. They're not taking it down for a little bit. The game is going to be down from June 25th until early 2024, anywhere from 6 to 8 months. I think it's a good thing that they're completely taking it down to make sure they get everything ironed out, but that's a really long time. I didn't realize the game did not actually fully come out. Taking it away from people and not giving them access to the game, it could make or break the game. People are either going to super want to play it when it comes back out next year, or they're like, I got my fill in last year, like it's fine. I feel like it's gonna be the other, where they're gonna be super hyped to play it again because the game did really fucking good. March had a lot of updates leading up to the finality of the story, which I knew was gonna happen. We all saw it happening. But the first thing that happened was we saw that E3 digital showcase dates were announced. The support was like, June 11th was going to be the official date. This was progressing throughout the month. So this was like 3 months away. They announced the date, but it was still super unclear what was gonna happen because a lot of people were already kind of pulling out, at least from the showroom floor. And everybody just kind of does their own thing. Ubisoft has a lot of things to show. They always have a lot of things to show. They have their Just Dance or whatever. Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation. I thought that they said they weren't just part of the showroom floor, but they could just say that they weren't part of it at all. Xbox was doing their own thing at the same time. Nintendo said, nah, I'm out. And then Sony was like, I don't know. I think Sony was just like no showroom floor, but still undecided. And then after Ubisoft was like, oh, we have plenty of things to show, they were like, you know what? I'm just kidding. So we started seeing a bunch of companies saying like, you know what? Maybe E3 is not for me this year. They were the first major publisher that actually confirmed their presence too. How sad. They were like the one and only. I forgot about Skull and Bones, and I didn't even realize there was a new Assassin's Creed coming out. People then started saying, what the hell is happening with E3? Nobody is confirmed going. Sega backed out. Bandai Namco. Tencent said that they weren't going to. Yeah, they said they're not going. And Devolver Digital, I think they said no. So it came out that a bunch of these companies were just like, And as so many companies just started slowly backing out, it wasn't even slowly. It was more. It was fastly. Everybody was backing out, and then E3 is canceled. Lulu's upset that E3 was canceled. This was going to be her first E3 because she was too baby last year for it. Aren't you, Lulu? Are you upset E3 is canceled? They probably have to go out. Oh, look at those big stretches. Thank you for the licks, Atlas. I've said this as it was leading up, that we don't really have a need for E3. And I don't think we have a word on what's happening next year. If they're going to try to like, oh, well, this year didn't work out, but we're going to try again next year. I think it's just too expensive for companies in this day and age to go. And they could do their own thing, like the State of Play, whatever the fuck Xbox does, Pokemon Presents. I meant to say Nintendo Presents. Wait. What's the Nintendo one called? Why am I blanking? I'll Google it. It's okay. Direct. Ugh. The Nintendo Direct, god damn it. Companies don't really have a need for E3 anymore. It's expensive. However, someone in my Discord pointed out that Tokyo Game Show is still very active and still going on. I feel like it's a little different for Tokyo Game Show because if it's in Tokyo and like most of the developers are in Tokyo, it's not that far to go to for the presentation. Whereas here, that's kind of people are coming from everywhere, right? Tokyo Game Show focuses more on just like the Japanese publishers and Japanese titles, whereas E3 focuses on everything and everyone. And then the fly to Vegas with all your shit, that's a lot of stuff to bring. So that could be part of it. And that's it. My dogs have left me. Thank you guys for hanging out and discussing and hanging out. I don't know, I'm so bad with outros. It's okay, I'll have upload YouTube clips. So if you're on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe or something. I'll see you guys Wednesday and or in the Discord. Bye.